as City boss today as well, so it's a double. Does this team and the way it's playing right now, does that give you the energy to think, well, there's plenty more to go yet?
The season for sure. I don't want to be sacked, I would say. Yeah, so just can say thank you to, to the players, staff, our groom staff, to give me that present. I'm so proud to do it here in Manchester with my City.
They had a better game plan than us, maybe. Well, not maybe, they had that. City being 2-0 up at half-time was a fair reflection of the score, but it's not always about a fair reflection of how you play. Sometimes a set piece can influence the game massively, and that's what could have happened. But I can't agree with the decision being made on that 1-1, because for me, that's a goal. Immediately after the game, people showed me the goal City made at Wolves away last season. For me, that is a quite similar one.
Player of the match was Jeremy Doku. What has he added to his game this season? It looks as though he's gone up at least one level.
I know I'm good, but don't overestimate me, because the players, we don't do that to the player. The player do it for itself. Do you think I teach him to, when dribble the opponents? And this is the natural talent. So, and I'm really pleased because he played an outstanding game.
Do you feel as though yourself and the team have gone up a level in confidence and in performances?
Yeah, every game we're starting to get better. We know who we're playing with, and yeah, I think everybody knows their task, and we're delivering it.
Well, that ended a 4-game winless run for Manchester City against Liverpool. Impressive all over the pitch, but Jeremy Doku, in particular, at times completely mesmerising and unplayable.
He was exceptional, as was the whole Manchester City team, to be honest. I think they dominated Liverpool in all departments, irrelevant of decisions going the wrong way or right way.
We'll get on to that.
And we'll get on to that. But especially the right side for Liverpool, where I thought Conor Bradley was left isolated, hung out to dry at times, and I'm going to show you why. Early in the game, Doku, he started the game electric. He was demanding the ball. Bradley's trying to pick up Doku, think, where is he? But he's so occupied with O'Reilly as well on the left side. He's caught in between a lot, so he can't quite get tight. He's not sure what to do. Talk about switched on early in the game. Doku nicking the ball off Gravenberch, I think it is there. Going past people, using his strength. It's the start of things to come. Again, one-on-one here. He's making his intent known. I've got the pace. I'm going to beat you. I'm going to run at you. I'm going to use my strength. I'm going to try and make things happen and impact the game. That's poor from Konate, don't get me wrong. And then they get the penalty, which, of course, they missed. I mean, this can't happen in a game of this quality. You're playing high. Salah's there. I know he's allowed to stay high, but sometimes you have to take responsibility as a player. My fullback's struggling against a wonderful winger. I should get back and help him. No, not every time, but sometimes, especially when you're being dominated. Gravenberch is having to get out of that central midfield position to try and get over and help Bradley, because he's having a tough time. This is the strength of him, look. Incredible. Doesn't mind going on his left foot either, gets another shot away. Second half, more of the same. There you see O'Reilly bombing on, who's been brilliant, by the way, loves getting forward. Doku this time getting in centre-forward position, but again, it's problems for Bradley. And it's not like Liverpool didn't notice. Nico O'Reilly's been terrific, that's why he's in the team. You know, he loves getting forward into these areas, but when he did have help and when he did have good cover, you're still trying to stop this man at the moment, who probably had the best game he's ever had in a Manchester City shirt, and I'm not exaggerating. And they just kept finding him. The space was opening up the more Liverpool were trying to get back into the game. There's the 2v1 again. You can see Gravenberch is he's playing his normal position. He's trying to pick up Phil Foden. He's got enough going on. And then again, look, too easy, 2v1. This time, when he scores the goal, I mean, you've got Konate playing centre midfield. You've got Gravenberch in centre back. They're all over the place. And that happened time and time again. Now, I think it's OK at Anfield a lot of the times they dominate the ball, and the majority of teams they play in the Premier League. But when you're playing the best teams, you've got to double up. There it is, 52% down that left-hand side. It's a very deliberate ploy, I think, obviously. But this guy was a pleasure to watch. Irrelevant of who you support and who you wanted to win, you had to admire his skill, pace, bravery, and the goal was just amazing. The numbers are terrific.
Manchester City's dominant attack going down that left-hand side, they're not the only team that's targeted that area this season. We saw that, didn't we, with Chelsea, actually saying post-match, yeah, that's where we were going to exploit.
Yeah, and I think it was evident against it. With Bradley, he was isolated, as Daniel said, and I think Salah, he's in the team to score goals and to create goals, and he's been one of the best players in the Premier League over the last 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it's been. But I think in big games, you have to double up, you have to get back and help your teammate, because Conor Bradley was having a real tough game today, and then to be left on his own, and Gravenberch was trying his best to help him and get over there, but then that leaves spaces in another position. So I think for Mo Salah, I think he just has to come back and help his teammate.
OK, there was a big decision which affected in Liverpool's minds the direction of travel in the game, and that was the disallowed goal for Virgil van Dijk. So let's have a little look at the wording that is important in the law that relates to this, and that it's offside because making an obvious action which clearly impacts the ability of an opponent to play the ball. So that doesn't require the referee to think that Donnarumma would definitely save it, but only his ability to do so is affected, and particularly by the ducking. But you disagree with that?
Yeah, I don't think it's affected at all. I think when you look at it, and yeah, Andy Robertson is in an offside position, but Van Dijk, good movement, really good header, and Donnarumma, so we can see the ball. We know we can see the ball the whole way, and Andy Robertson is to the side of him, and Donnarumma is outstretched. He has a full dive as soon as he can. There's no effect from Andy Robertson on that goal for me, and I think if we see from this next angle, Donnarumma, you see here, he puts all his weight on his right foot, which makes it hard for him to get back across the goal, but he dives as soon as Van Dijk heads the ball, and he's on his way, he's diving, and it's a really good header, and the goal should have stood for me.
And this is Man United's all-time goal scorer and Everton fan, by the way. So you think, I think if he can see it, I can see it.
Yeah, we deliberately split the analysis this way. Now, this is what Arne Slot was talking about, Wayne, and this is from last season.
This is worse, I think. So I think that they've got it the wrong way round. I think this actually should be disallowed, because I think Bernardo Silva is involved with the goalkeeper, and now he comes into play. He comes into play here, he's right in the goalkeeper's eye line. So for me, this one shouldn't have stood, and the Van Dijk one should have stood. So this is the confusion which VAR gives us.
This was a VAR overturning Chris Kavanagh's on-pitch decision that day. He was involved coincidentally with both of these. So obviously they feel aggrieved, because the momentum can change, can't it? At 1-0, you get an equaliser, and it does affect the direction of travel in the game.
It would have done, but I mean, unfortunately, the level of Liverpool's performance today probably meant it wouldn't have affected the outcome. I think they got it wrong. He makes some great points. To be fair to the officials, I think the fact they gave the penalty early in the game for a player trying to stay on his feet after getting hit was a good thing for football.
Are Liverpool out of the title race?
Not from a points tally, but from a performance level, yes. They're not playing well enough. They don't look like they're playing well enough to make up the gap. Unfortunately, they just, away from home, they're too easy to play against, they're too wide open and making too many mistakes.
And, of course, City are well in it, aren't they? And that was some performance to...
Yeah, I think
to
City's
Arsenal.
performances over the last few weeks have been great. So I think Arsenal will be nervous, because City are coming up behind them, and, you know, it's happened over the last few years to Arsenal. So with City and Pep Guardiola behind you, I think Arsenal will be nervous with City's form.
Yeah, some way to celebrate 1,000 matches.
Manchester City's emphatic 3-0 victory over Liverpool at the Etihad sent a clear message. Pep Guardiola's side remained firmly in title dialogue, while the Reds under Arne Slot must urgently recalibrate. City opened the scoring in the 29th minute when Erling Haaland soared high over Ibrahima Konate to head in after Matheus Nunes' cross, his 99th league goal for this club. Just before the break, Nico Gonzalez found a deflected strike off Virgil van Dijk to make it 2-0. Jeremy Doku sealed the win in the 63rd with a curling shot into the far corner after beating several defenders. Liverpool's squad continues to show signs of strain. With this result, the Reds now sit 8th in the Premier League on 18 points from 11 games, a figure that lags behind many of their title-challenging rivals and raises questions over whether the summer overhaul has produced the desired effect. In contrast, City climbed to second place with 22 points, closely tracking leaders Arsenal and reinforcing their intent. Tactically, Liverpool appeared reactive rather than proactive. Their pressing lacked cohesion, and each time they engaged high, City's midfield threads and wide overloads exploited the space behind. Conor Bradley and the right-side defensive channels were repeatedly exposed by Doku's punishing runs. Meanwhile, Liverpool's attacking quartet could not generate meaningful momentum. Only one shot on target and few penetration moments kept the contest under City's control. The match carries immediate implications. For Liverpool, a busy fixture schedule awaits. Next up are home clashes where momentum and confidence will matter as much as raw points. The summer recruitment, tactical rotations, and squad depth will all come under scrutiny if performances like this continue. The win was not just a deficit of moments, but a deficit of structure. Slot must now galvanize his squad, restore defensive resilience, and reignite attacking clarity.